Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Pitchside Banter Podcast, episode 7. We are back, guys. It's been a long time. We know for our previous listeners, we know it's been a while. We've not recorded an episode since October 31st. But we're back again in New Year 2025 for another go at it. We're feeling energized, and so great to be here again. Once again, my name is Harrison. And I'm here with two trusted compadres. Let's start with David. David, how's it going, man? Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year, man. It's good to be back. We took a little hiatus, but we are back going stronger for 2025. Yeah. Welcome back to the man them who have been here before, and welcome to all new listeners.
Yes, of course. And speaking of welcome, very special welcome to Canon, our new member. Canon is very knowledgeable football enthusiast, and he's here to join us. Canon, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you everyone for having me. I'm thrilled.
Welcome aboard, man like Canon.
This has been a long time coming, obviously. Long time coming. So I'm thrilled, I'm honored, and I'm ready to share my ball knowledge as usual.
Love it.
Love it, man. We're really happy to have you on board, man. I mean, it's one of those things where, new year, new show, new idea, new energy. And speaking of energy, this year we really want to make sure that our Pitchside Banter podcast episodes are concise, hit the notes, and instead of just come to talk about and review matches and what has just happened, we're focused more on talking points. We're focused more on what you want to talk about and our opinions on exactly what you want to talk about as well. So really happy, and I feel pumped, man. Let's go. Let's do this, man. So it is what it is. But speaking of talking points, man, a lot has been made about systems, football tactics, and strategy in the past couple of weeks in the Premier League, especially. We know it matters, right? We've seen those talking points with Amorim. Everyone, ever since he started losing after the Everton game, where we beat Everton 4-0, we've just heard this whole talking points about, the system has to change whenever there's a bit of snag, right? The same thing happens or applies to Ange Postecoglou. Ange Postecoglou as well. It's like his system is so high press, high line, and the same thing. Even when it comes to the difference between Arne Slot and Jurgen Klopp, everyone talks about the difference in the system, and that's the difference. That's what makes the players now play well, because this same team, pretty much the same team last season, Liverpool team, pretty much only won the Carabao Cup. And this year, it's like they just seem like a re-energized, revitalized, and everyone puts it down to the system. But I have a question to ask, guys. Is it really down to systems? Is it really down to, Amorim was saying the other day, fighting spirit? Look at teams like Bournemouth. Look at teams like Nottingham Forest that are third in the league, by the way, and only just third because of the goal difference between them and Arsenal. Is it down to systems? Is it down to strategy and style of play as opposed to fighting spirit, as opposed to individual ability? I'm really curious about that, and I wanted to know what you guys thought about that. Maybe we could start with Canon. I don't want to know what you really thought about, what really influences and how to win games.
Yeah. So I'm going to use an example. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you have two examples. You have Amorim and you have Slot. Yes. Slot just came in for Klopp, and the team just continued from where they stopped, even performing better than last season. Now, the question is, why are they performing this well if they've let go of a manager that has been managing them for the past 6 to 7 years, and obviously their Slot comes in with fresh ideas and fresh everything. Now you look at the team called Liverpool. They've won Premier League title, won Champions League. They practically won everything that they can win, in the 6-year span of a club. Then you look at the crop of players that won these titles for them, right? Let's not say half. The core, that's the spine of that team, is still intact. You have Virgil van Dijk, you have Alisson there, you have Mo Salah, you have Robertson left, you have Arnold on the right. That's
Yes.
already the spine of the team still there. Now, you look at a manager like Slot, his system in Feyenoord wasn't far from what you see Liverpool do. You see energy, you see enthusiasm, almost like heavy metal football, but a bit
Yeah,
different.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
he's coming with almost the same ideology as Klopp. So the change in ideas isn't too much, and he's coming to implement something that the players are not foreign to, and
Yes.
he's coming to players that have this winning mentality already instilled in them because they've won almost practically everything there's to win, and the team's winning mentality is at an all-time high. Now, you come in, the job is evidently easier for you because you have seasoned professionals that are ready to win already. They have the goals, the mindset. Like if you see Liverpool now, if they ask them what is the goal for this season, they won't tell you we are let's just make top four, maybe top six. It's not possible. What they will tell you is we are going for the league, we are challenging for the league title. This is what this team has been built for. So evidently, even if you put a manager like, let's say, you're bringing in let's say a manager with just three years experience, he doesn't need to do too much. The players already are motivated for something.
Yeah.
I think so. Canon is giving a correct explanation, but I don't think he understood the question. Although his explanation is correct, right? Liverpool are where they are because of a whole shower of items. It's not just slots, it's not just the players, it's everything mixed together, and he has that correctly, you know. But the question was, okay, what is more important to make a team effective or play better? Is it your
Mm,
tactics? Is he your manager? Is he your motivation? What is it, right? So the answer lies in the middle of all the three. A team performs to the maximum level when it has good coaching, motivated players,
mm-hmm.
and good tactics, which put all the players on the pitch in a way and use them in a way where their strengths are highlighted and their weaknesses are hidden. That is what
Mm,
makes a team
mm.
accurate, and that's what makes it effective and play
Yeah,
well. Once you have those three
yeah.
factors, you are
Like a
basically
combination of
good
all,
to
yeah.
compete with anybody. Yes. Now, why we see inconsistency is where we have teams who have one of the three, two of the
Mm,
three,
mm.
and then you're trying to, you're trying to still compete. But that's why we have City who have come and won 4 out of 5, 6 in the last 7. They had all three, and they kept all three for that amount of time. So I think that's what the answer is.
Okay, yeah, let's move on quickly to the next topic. Look, um, a lot of contract talks, especially now that we're in the January transfer window. And you all know what that means. Any player that has less than 6 months left in their contract can now open talks with clubs so that they can go on a free at the end of the season in the summer. We all know, and it's been highly publicized in situation with Mo Salah, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Virgil van Dijk. Even in Manchester United, Kobe Mainoo is making a push, apparently, according to rumors, for a £200,000 contract in Manchester United because he's won what he's won and still young and what have you.
Just to cut in real quick, I don't think we should pay too much attention to the money in the contract. That's number one. And number two, on what you just said, news just came out from Time Sport that my Chelsea are interested in Mino seriously, and if he gives them encouragement, they are willing to move for him even in January. So that's
Hmm.
good context for what you're about to ask. So go on, Harrison.
Hmm. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. It's one of those things where we look at how does a contract and how do contract talks really affect players. After the Liverpool game, Liverpool Manchester United game at Anfield, everyone was really hampering on how it appeared as though Trent Alexander-Arnold was probably distracted. I really wanted to know what you guys thought. Is it possible that contract talks could really affect a player? When I say affect a player,
Yeah,
obviously
yeah,
we mean either positive or negative, but the sense, or could it also mean positive in
yeah.
the sense that it could
Of
be
of course.
motivation, like, oh yeah, really make sure you give me my money because I deserve my money, or negative in the sense that okay, it could be distraction. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is because you know it it plays out amongst fans in different ways, and it shines a light on how fans tend to, I would say, look at players in this kind of like light of, yeah, you're getting paid a lot of money, you should be doing well. Like if you're getting paid up to, apparently the rumor out there is that Mainu gets paid only £20,000. I don't know. That's what I heard. So, which is quite low for
Has what
this stuff.
th
So,
that is what he deserves for now.
well, we'll get to that, right? So, that's where the reason why I'm asking the question, because it plays itself out, amongst fans, because
That's
it's like,
what he
whoa,
deserves.
like, almost 200,000, they collect 200,000, you still won't come collect, no, like how does that really affect players, man? I don't know what you guys, what you think. Maybe you can start kind of the game. Maybe there's how you wanna, since you're already jumping.
Yeah. So this contract thing has been an issue ever since. I remember when a certain Campbell, so Campbell had to run down his contract just to move to exactly with Tottenham, just to move to Arsenal, because that was when FIFA recently implemented the free agent clause. So a player can wait till their contract finishes, and then they will go to any club and take as much as they want salary wise. So
I beg on
I
what you're
feel
saying right now, chill, bro. So before they introduced free agency, what was the practice before?
Before free agency, there was not exactly. So the player must be sold, but even if your contract ends, like now, if your contract ends 2025, you will still be sold by the club, because you are still on under the club on contract on or without contract. The club will still get something from you. So it was, I think it was before, I think it was 1998 that this clause was inserted, that a player can leave without, any
No,
issue.
it wasn't 90, was it
Was
98?
it was it was it
When did
98?
them? So I think it was
Can you help me
2002.
fact check? Yeah, fact check for me, please.
Because I know that
It
Campbell.
was fresh though.
Sorry to interrupt you. So Campbell, that thing there, that clause there, David, I don't know if you're following here. That clause,
yeah, of course,
or that ruling, sorry, only just recently came out. So Tottenham,
Recently
that's why
happened,
Tottenham was
yes.
not bothered. Tottenham was
Yeah,
like,
I think it was 2001.
because no one had
Yes,
really used it
2001.
before in England
Use it,
at that
yes.
high level. So like
Yes.
it just came on like Tottenham, like, yeah, he's not gonna leave, right? Especially so
Not
they
gonna
really,
leave. Yeah,
like, the
yeah.
old guard were like,
so
yeah,
that
he's
was
not
the
gonna leave for
first
free.
time it happened.
Yes,
And
it was the
was
first
moving
time.
to
So
Yes.
that's why no one really
and it was about
expected
a
it to
player
happen
going
before.
to a rival.
Yes, exactly. Not just a
In the
rival,
Premier
but like
League,
even
it
for free
was
at all.
it
Like at
was
all. So he was the one was
yeah,
the first guy to really use it to his advantage. And that's why, like,
yeah.
after he did it, like, that's when he even became more and more prevalent in English football.
Yes,
No one people don't really
exactly. And yeah, and contract issues started from, I feel that's one of the pioneers of this whole contract problems. That's the coming, because from then you started having huge contracts awarded to players in the Premier League. That's when you see someone like what's he called, Rio Ferdinand, the amount he came into, and when he renewed his contract, then you have Ronaldo. Then that was the period. From there on, that was when clubs started securing their players. That's when clubs started becoming aware that, okay, there's something like free
yeah.
agency, which means we have to say exactly. So you now see clubs like Real Madrid giving players like Casillas and Raul lifetime contract, 2008. Just to make sure that they'll be in the club till whenever they want to retire, or whenever the club decides to sell them. 2008, then you have Iniesta 2017, when the club decided to insert, a clause that wasn't even used, but they renewed his contract 2017, and it didn't end up well, because they thought he was going to retire like few years after. Then he was sold to Japan. So these things, clubs have tried to find ways around it to make sure that they protect themselves as well. But this contract thing now, if the question about it affecting players, you have players like Ronaldo in 2006, after the 2006 World Cup, when he came out, and after the whole debacle with Rooney and all that, he was like he wants to leave for Madrid. That was when Florentino Perez was sniffing around him. He wanted him at, we at Madrid, he was assembling, the top guns of every league. Then
Yeah.
Sir Alex had to, talk him out of it and told him that he should stay at least 2 more years
He
before he
still went
leaves.
the next year.
Then assured him, But guess what? After that issue, when during the whole contract talks and all that, that was when we saw the best of Ronaldo. He went on to win 3 Premier Leagues in a row. We did the three-peat. He won the
Yeah.
Ballon d'Or the following year. The whole thing can turn out to be something, good. You see somebody like Wayne Rooney, which they said they have the pros and cons of contract talks and negotiations. Wayne Rooney was pushing up for a move in 2013. What happened? He wanted to leave for Chelsea after Sir Alex retired. He said the club direction wasn't aligned with his future ambitions. He wanted to leave for Chelsea to unite with Mourinho. And it turned out good for him because he got the contract he wanted by forcing a move. He handed over a transfer request and all that. At the end of the day, United had the worst ever finish we've ever had in our history. In that we finished eighth that season, or seventh or eighth that season, and that was from there that was the downfall. Since then, we've never won a league title. The downfall of United started from that period. The whole Rooney debacle since then. So these things are,
I just wanna butt in there, Canon, just 2 seconds, no vex.
Yeah.
Because there's something you've been saying, which we actually I really like that you started with Sol Campbell, because in a way you've really like given us a way to like look at this in a way that really put some context behind it. Because so just to go back and buttress the point, I was saying 2002. So Sol Campbell left Tottenham in 2001, or at the end of 2001 season,
yes,
right?
2001,
and then he went to Arsenal. And then, but like we were just saying about the ruling or the case or whatever. So that is called the Bosman ruling. It was an European Court of Justice ruling that was decided in 1995 that allowed a player actually when the Bosman actually went and exactly. So you're right in that it was the case was decided in the 90s. But at least as far as the UK was concerned, the top of English Premier League, not a lot of players were really using that to their advantage, apart from until the time when what's it called, Sol Campbell was able to then take advantage of that. So I just want to point it out. And yes, you're right.
Aside it being a positive, like it can make players want to perform their best, because if they perform their best at the end of the season, so many clubs will come for them and they can make as much money as possible, make their choice and all that. They have a lot of options, but it could also be a downer because it starts giving the club and the players, and not even the players, the fans in general, the fans will start having, so many thoughts towards the player. Like, for instance, now, like when, let's say, if and when Manu leaves this January, or if this whole contract thing keeps dragging on, if just imagine,
I have to cut in here, honestly.
Just imagine, the fans are already, Rose, please, the fans are already thinking of Manu in a certain light. Now imagine if Manu comes out to say, I want to leave. If this should happen, just imagine the uproar in the United camp. Like the fans, everybody, he will turn to Michael Owen that was not even a Michael Owen. He will turn to something else. We will never even in fact, you will never be able to cross Manchester.
Canon, hold on. I don't think we should waste time on this. We shouldn't waste time
So
on
you
this
see,
hypothetical.
can be a serious matter.
Relax, bro. Relax. We shouldn't waste time on this hypothetical because it's not going to happen. I think we should waste time on real topics, right? Now, when it comes to the minor thing, hold on. When it comes to the minor thing, look, we need to get to the point, and I'm talking objectively here, actually, because we can't make it just focused on United. We need to get to the point where we understand that the project and the club is way more important, right?
Yeah.
Now, both of you actually know a thing or two about tactics. If you notice, look, Mino is good, is a great player, But this particular system we're playing, I don't believe it's the best system for him as a player. He can do it. He can play wide 10 or midfield, but I'm not sure if it's the best system for him. So, like, I mean, if we get like 90M, 100M offer, I ain't gonna lie, man. We are at a point where the club has been mismanaged for 17 years. We need to get some fresh injection of lifeblood, i.e. cash, into the club. I don't want him gone. I want him to stay. He will never say he wants to leave. But, man, we are, either it's Garnacho or this guy. Somebody has got to go, blood. Because Rashford, Anthony, Eriksen, Casemiro, nobody's getting you any money. Nobody. So if you want to make money,
you want to sell mainly for pure profit.
I don't
pure
want
profit.
You sell them,
I want to sell Garnacho.
That's pure profit.
Garnacho was like 500k. If you can sell that guy for 40M, that's almost pure profit. So I would sell Garnacho, all these guys like Mount. I mean, can we get money for Luke Shaw? That's a serious question.
Mount, man. Do you know that?
The question is, do you want to?
Can you get money for Luke Shaw?
Who will pay for that guy? Sorry to
possibly,
say.
Possibly.
I'm asking you guys, can you get money for Luke Shaw?
I don't think so.
Possibly.
Sorry to say, guys. Sorry to say, David here. Do you know that before, just an aside on Mount, before Bruno just signed his current deal that gave him 300,000 plus at the club, Mount was earning more than Bruno. Can you imagine?
You have to clap for Mount agent and PR man.
But his agents are amazing, man.
You have to clap. You have to respect it. Respect game.
God. Are you serious?
You have to respect those guys. Those guys are hustlers, man.
Come on now. And on top of that one, the guys always enjoy.
That guy is almost a worse problem than Rashford. Honestly. Almost. Because
so if Rashford should leave.
He doesn't play, bro. He doesn't play. Go on.
I have a question for you. Yeah. If Rashford should leave United today and never comes back, is he a legend to you? Yes or no?
Hey, good question. Harrison,
which can okay, do you want to answer? Should I start?
I mean, should I go first or you?
Okay.
Anybody.
Sorry, let me just say this here.
Yeah.
Sorry, let me just say this. Canon, the truth is, I'm happy that as a club as United, we know what legends look like. Eric Cantona, Bobby Robson, even Cristiano Ronaldo.
No, but to be fair, there are levels of legends.
No, David, no. For me, there's a difference between calling somebody level of legend and saying someone's a legend. That legend alone is a different thing. If you have not won a Premier League or a Champions League for a status of a club like Manchester United, you cannot call yourself a legend. I'm sorry. Cool. It ends there.
Okay,
I'm not arguing anybody again. I'm not arguing anybody again.
If Bruno Fernandes should leave the club, if Bruno Fernandes should leave the club in the summer, is he a legend? Yes or no?
I already answered your question now. I don't answer your question already now.
The same thing. So Bruno is not a legend as well.
Who dash and legend for where?
Okay, but who is closer to you to becoming a legend between the two?
Bruno, of course.
Who is closer? Right?
Bruno, of course.
Bruno, right? No, Bruno's not closer. No, Rashford is closer.
So who is closer?
Rashford is closer.
How?
Rashford has won Europa. Rashford has won a European competition. So
I'm not even going by trophies on this because none of them have won a trophy that befits.
Personally, I feel Bruno is closer though.
But Bruno has offered more to this club, bro. He has offered more to this club. He has been more passionate, more professional, all of the above.
I don't know. We were forgetting Rashford just scored 30 goals in 2 years ago. So
yeah, he has done that only once in his career. He has been in the Prem for almost 10 years. No hat trick.
He's
he has a hat trick against Chelsea. No,
he doesn't.
No, Rashford has a hat trick against Chelsea. Rashford has a hat trick against Chelsea.
Bro, do you want to bet money? Because
against Chelsea.
I will bet you. No, David, I will bet you. David, I will bet you. I don't bet money down.
He hat trick against Chelsea.
No,
yes,
he doesn't have a hat trick against Chelsea.
He's only hat trick in the Champions League against RB Leipzig, bro.
Okay, you guys have forgotten.
Refresh our memory. Yes, tell us.
That season where he scored 30 goals, Chelsea was the last game of the season.
Yes, he scored 2 goals that game, bro, not 3.
Was a brace. He scored a brace.
It
Oh
was
no,
a
he was
brace.
meant to score. He was meant to score hat trick, but he scored a brace. Only a brace he
Yes.
scored that game.
Oh my God,
Harrison, I know
Yeah.
what I'm telling you. I
true.
know what I'm telling you, bro.
It's
I will chop
true.
your money.
Meant to score a hat trick, just a brace. Yeah.
Okay.
Or
Yeah,
just a
David, go ahead.
brace.
Yeah. So to be honest, right, Rashford is considered a legend by a lot of fans. I think it's because of our drop in standards over the last
For sure.
few years, right? Yes. So I would give him, if there is like a tier below legend, I can give him and Bruno that. You know, I don't know, maybe
Is he a cult hero? He can't be called a cult hero now.
I'll say a great. I'll give him that.
United great?
Yes,
Or a
because
superhero?
no, he's I think our top 3 highest prem scorers. Even though with the amount of time he has spent here, none of those guys have spent that amount of time here. None of them. There's no other striker that has spent that amount of time. But all the fans of Rashford will never tell you that. They will not tell you that one, no. But they will say, he's top three with Rashford, with Hazard. He's on the same goals. How many? What is the context? Where were they playing? What was their role? How many years were they in the league? All of that doesn't matter as far as he reached there in the numbers one way or the other. Anyways, so I could dash him a great. He has done enough, at least to be able to play for that long at a club like Man U shows a decent level of talent. So
of course.
I would say he's
not legend. Yeah. So back to your question, to answer everything at once. Yeah. Back to your question.
Yeah.
The truth about the matter is this all boils down to the level and the quality and the status of that player that is out of contract. If you're telling me, let's say those days when Oberton was playing for United and Oberton was out of contract, who cares? Like, if I'm being honest, the media won't even know that Oberton left the club. If I'm being honest, you see, when you listen and you get to know and question this, this whole noise that when it comes to transfers and transfer requests and out of contract details and this whole talk, it always boils down to the level of player, the player in question. You get the player in question. And you see in this situation now, like the one that is paramount now in Liverpool, the players in question now are the big players of the club. They are the spine of the club. I am very, very sure. Yes, I am very, very sure in that same Liverpool, there is a player that is registered with the club that is also going to be out of contract. If I do my research, I'm sure there's somebody else. But obviously, these are the players that are the spine of the team. So obviously, it will be big news,
Everybody cares,
and obviously, exactly. So obviously, it affects players in different ways. Look at Arnold now. Arnold, he had one of the worst games I ever seen him play in his life against United.
I want to make a point on that Arnold P. Honestly, people are
Salah is still playing okay.
People are over the pudding, bro. Rashford scored a brace and destroyed Trent at Old Trafford against Liverpool. Trent has poor games every now and then, terrible games. Because this occurred during his contract issue doesn't mean he played shit because he has a contract with Man. No. Everyone just wants to talk and get views and all that shit. They should relax. He was shit. He has been shit. In fact, 2 seasons ago, when they finished 6th or so, he was so shit that if you remember how the fans were cooking him. So, this is nothing about the contract. So he's terrible.
You know how we are going to know whether this is the contract issue is if they are playing Nottingham Forest on Tuesday. If he performs woeful again in that game, then I know that there's something not right in his mind.
Yes,
something
if
is playing
he's terrible in that game too.
If he's terrible again, then I know that okay, this contract issue matters. Yes, because Van Dijk is still performing.
I thought we played Tottenham first.
You cannot compare people to Salah, man. Salah is a
no. They'll play Tottenham today. They are playing Tottenham today.
Yes, they're actually playing live. We need. I think they're on halftime now. No. We need to have an episode about Salah. Do you know? I have wanted to just discard this guy for so long, but this guy said, "I'm going nowhere. I'm not going anywhere." He's on the
Want
last
to
season of
discuss Salah?
he's on the last year of his contract, and this guy's having the best season of his life at 30. That's something.
I'm telling you,
I don't. He's not human.
There's a reason. That's why I said he affects people positively and negatively. You see Salah. Salah's player profile, right? Exactly. Salah now, if Salah should finish the season now without renewing his contract, there will be clubs queuing in for Salah. Like Salah, they'll give him a blank check. What do you want? But if Salah goes, if Salah should have the worst season of his life, his teams will not come for him. Let's be honest. So Salah is playing out of his cane now. Because he knows that at the end of the season, of fact, Saudi said, whether he plays bad or not, Saudi will still come for him. But you see top clubs like Real Madrid, although Madrid don't need them, the big top clubs, the top clubs will obviously come for him, because even if he goes to Madrid, he can go to Madrid if he wants to go to Madrid, because Rodrigo, I don't think Rodrigo will be at Madrid next season, so he can always play that right
go
flank
for that guy
for them. So
United.
Rodrigo's matter is a different. We'll talk about Rodrigo at length. We'll not. We'll talk about him later. Personally, Seb, I will say we should loan. If we can loan Taiwo Awoniyi, Seb, I will take him. We need somebody. I'm telling you, I will take Awoniyi as my backup number 9.
Don't worry, Harrison.
Right now. Although he is not a United quality, but quick fix January.
Something you will soon know about Canon is his fetish for Nigerian strikers. You will soon.
Awoniyi is better than Højlund. Awoniyi is better than Højlund, and he's better than what's that his name? And Zegzi. The two of them. He's better than the two of them.
Stop it.
You know why I said Awoniyi?
It might be.
That's what I'm saying. Awoniyi, before he got injured last season, he was the third. He was the third. Wait now. He was the third ever African. Was the third ever African to score in 7 to 6 games in a row ever, after Salah and Adebayo. That's you're talking about Awoniyi before he got injured. So I feel
calm down now. Calm down. See, Højlund, and last season was when Awoniyi was on fire. So let's use last season. Højlund, as bad as he was last season, and Awoniyi, who had more goals?
No, Awoniyi got injured now. He got injured half of the season. He didn't play till Højlund. You can't compare the level at which the amount of games missed now.
Okay.
Awoniyi had 21 appearances the whole of last season. He came on at 10 as a sub. Are you seeing the whole thing? Is it Awoniyi that's playing for Nottingham Forest? You can't compare now. Awoniyi is playing in the same Nottingham Forest though. He's playing in Nottingham Forest. Me personally, I just feel like Awoniyi profile of his profile of the player itself. Awoniyi can put pressure on teams. Have you seen his performance against big teams? Awoniyi, Liverpool, he has goals against Liverpool. Arsenal, he has goals against Arsenal. When he comes to Chelsea, when he plays big teams, he performs. So
let me
I feel
make a comment. Relax. I'm
not even talking about my main man, but
chill. So concerning this speech about Awoniyi, I'm actually a bit surprised, because I was very happy for my guy. Stories about him, his were coming out last season and all that. I was a bit shocked. He was the starter. I knew about the injury, but the way he just fell off the pecking order. I know Chris Wood is great, right? But for him to he's literally non-existent, bro. I was like, why? Why did he fall off so crazily?
Nah, there's an explanation to that. Awoniyi is way too injury prone. When I'm just even saying that he should play for Man U, I'm just insinuating. I'm not even taking it serious. I'm just talking. He's way too injury prone. He's not reliable. He can't play 10 games straight. He will get injured. So I understand why Chris Wood playing, because he's everly present. But Awoniyi, when he's fit, it's exactly like Chris Wood is on fire. So you can't bench somebody on fire like that.
Yeah.
You see? Right. So Awoniyi can start for any of these bottom clubs. He will start for them. But
the appreciation podcast, I beg.
It's not changed. Awoniyi.
my God, man. Yeah, so
Harrison, I think we can move to the next one now.
Yeah, of course. Moving on quickly to the Fantasy Premier League and EPL results that we've seen over the last couple of weeks. We're Man United fans, so we know that Man United is 13th. But even if Man United won their next game, we still wouldn't go above Brentford. Oh my days, bro.
Yeah, Brentford are like 4 points ahead, man. 5.
Man, but what are your thoughts, man? First of all, on the Premier League table and recent results, and then we'll quickly round it up with our Fantasy Premier League.
Okay. Now, the Premier League table in itself, if they tell you, told the beginning of season, this is what it's going to be, somebody will say, you are crazy. Aside Liverpool being on top of the table, Nottingham Forest needs as much accolades as they can get, honestly.
I'm telling
because
you,
if these guys should, at the end of the season, even finish second at the end of the season, this will, to me personally, this will rival Leicester City winning the league. Let me tell you why.
Absolutely.
Let me give you bullet points why.
You don't even have to tell me why.
Why is number one, the season when Leicester won this league, I can tell you categorically, the Premier League was at its worst. Like the quality, that was one of the worst seasons when it comes to the big teams, smaller teams, even the mid-table teams. So that was like, let me just say, I won't say a fluke season because I don't want to be disrespectful, but that season, you can even write it off. That same season, Czech that was past his prime he had the best sheet he had the most clean sheets because of I don't even know how. That's that same season. Exactly. So that season was crazy. Let me just be honest. So now you're looking at a season almost 10 years after. Look at the quality, the technology, the amount of players, the quality of players, the teams involved, the tactics and the analysis, everything involved in today's game. And you have Nottingham Forest in the top 3. If this team should finish second, I am telling you, this is fact. If you can't consider, if they should finish second, I'm telling you, this is one of the greatest achievements ever. Because before now, they fought for relegation twice, back-to-back seasons. This is their third season, and they are dragging top 4. Imagine if they finish second. Now go through the teams and the players in that team, the players they've even bought. You have Milinkovic, that from Fiorentina. I remember watching him in Sierra, a very good centre back. You have players like their left back Moreno on loan from Aston Villa. Then you have the spine, you have Olain, you have players, you have Chris Wood, seasoned veteran. You have Gibbs White. Yeah. So yeah, all in all, I feel the Premier League this season is very exciting. No matter, even if our team is not doing so well, but this season, this is one of the most exciting seasons so far. Yes. So FPL, I'll just run through what people should look out for in the FPL this period. That's the next game week, the coming game week. Teams to watch. You should watch out for Crystal Palace. They have the most favorable fixture list this coming period. Defenders, the cheapest defenders to get under 4.5 or 4.5. You have Hodgson, you have Castagne, you have Bassi. Stay away from Southampton, or you load on them. Any team playing Southampton, get players from the opposite team to do the magic. Cheap strikers to get, obviously, and pen takers as well. Very reliable. You have the Lap, you have Pedro, and you have Jimenez. Jimenez from Fulham, the Lap, Ipswich, and Pedro from Brighton. Then you have the final points. I would say avoid Onana at all costs, and get Marcels.
I saw the idiot.
And get Marcels or the Henderson in your team. So you will get points in FPL. I rest my case. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, David, let's go.
All right, so I agree with what Canon has said, man. Well done to Nottingham Forest, but more so than Nottingham Forest, well done to Nuno Espirito Santo.
Yeah, for sure, yeah,
You failed at Tottenham Hotspur. You picked yourself up.
yeah.
You came back to the Premier League. You said, "Fuck these niggas. I'm going to show them what I can do." My oh my, what a job you are doing! And do you know what is funny? Management and football is about finding your level and doing what you can do. Do you know that if a big club comes for Nuno, he might not do well there again. He might just be a mid-table club manager or maybe even top half of the table. Because when he was at Wolves, Wolves were like top half, finishing top half consistently. 8th, 9th, 10th, So the guy is good when he's at those clubs. As for the title, before the season began, we didn't know Slot would do what he's doing. Yes. Well, if you know anybody but Arsenal. So congratulations in advance to Liverpool. I almost didn't want to win that game a few days ago because I knew Arsenal fans would have gotten so much encouragement from a Liverpool loss. And I felt like a draw was perfect. Let those guys just win the league. I know they are our rivals. They will have a bit more than one more title.
Win which league? That's their business. Which one is?
But I honestly don't give a damn. These Arsenal fans are the most unbearable human beings in the world, fam. So no title for them. Yeah. So yeah. And as for the relegation, I mean, we see how it is. As for FPL, so we don't have a league with all of us, but I'm going to make a league with the three of us, and we can make a league mid-season. So it would continue from that game week and count the points from there. So we'll do that. But myself and Harrison are on a league. It's called KPL. To be fair, at the beginning of the season, I was like consistently top 3. I've crashed out over the last few weeks. Harrison has had a new lease of life. He has been on form back to back. Week, like
I've not taken FPL seriously for 3 weeks, so
yes. So
I just recently came back to
my league, we'll make a league. But like Harrison is up. Congratulations, bro. I'm seeing your movement. But I don't think you can win though. Edem has gone quite far, but good showing. And FPL, my comeback is on, man. I'm still eyeing top 3 finish this season.
It's still possible. Because the gap is
of course.
Double game week. You need differentials, though. You need differentials.
Like mud.
A lot of differentials. Like you need differentials. Someone like Olain now can be a differential because
Olain not differential has killed me in FPL. So many people use that pass.
Has killed you exactly. So many people using that. Exactly. You can also get this guy too. What is it called? Castagne. He recently started playing for Fulham, and they keep a lot of clean sheets. Or even Calvin Bassey too. Not everybody have him. So those are good differentials to have.
See, there's something I've learned with this FPL.
Once
I have the best defenders, I am no longer going to tinker with any defender again. I'm not. At least that's what I've been learning so far. Because ever since I just said to myself, okay, no matter how bad my defenders do, on a regular basis, once in a while, one of them will catch clean sheets. All these Gvardio, Nuri, Saliba or Gabriel, whoever you pick.
Yeah.
If you Google one pick Van Dijk or whatever, right? So for me, I've just noticed that okay, those defenders can be either here or there, because one day they can get one assist or goal. The other time they beat them and then they can concede. The defender will still not give him much. So defenders are like up in the air for me. I just noticed that okay, because like David was saying, man, there was at least initially when we started the league, I think I was doing a bit well. I think I was only top once.
Yeah, you were doing well at first. Yes.
Slide. I was 7th, bro. I was down with Anubab. I swear to God. Wasn't that when I texted the group? I'm like, yo, Anubab, no.
Bro, actually, your comeback up was very good. As I said,
I attribute every single aspect of my comeback to Salah because people were holding on to. What helped me was that people were holding on to Haaland a bit too long. I just noticed that this Salah guy.
Yes.
So I ditched Haaland a long time ago, and that really helped me climb up because some guys were just holding on to Haaland. Even Amin is still with Haaland right now. He's still the guy. He never left Haaland. He just had been hoping on Haaland. I said, nah, man, this guy. So it's one of those things where it's like, fantasy
Haaland.
just takes you on a ride, man. You can come down, you can
I
go.
can't. I personally can't wait for somebody to come to the EPL. So all this talk of Haaland this, Haaland that. Let's see what's up.
Yeah, let's see. So, guys,
You know who I'm talking about? Rose knows. Rose, you know now.
Yes, now.
You know who I'm talking about, Abi?
Yes, now. And they follow you.
The king himself. When it comes to the EPL, we'll know what's up.
Okay, well, guys, we
Ijaya.
need to end this podcast right now. Okay, no wahala. So, guys,
yes, we will, of course.
It's been a lovely one. It's finally we're back to episode 7. It's been a long time coming. But yes, we're here, guys, and please ensure to like, share, subscribe. Make sure to follow us on all. Well, actually, we only have one. Just make sure you follow us on YouTube and just make sure like, share, subscribe. But today, we really appreciate you guys coming back, listening to us again, and following us on this journey. We hope to see you guys soon. So that's goodbye from me, Harrison,
and from Rose,
and from Canon.
I'm from Canon.
Yes.
See you guys.
Bye.